Hello and welcome to the BottomUp podcast. My name's Mike Parsons. I'm your host, and we are here to share with you skills, tips, tricks for innovators, creators, designers, builders, you name it. Anyone who's out there daring to create something new. I'm excited to share with all of you the fifth and final installment of our top 5 emerging technology series. I've been doing this now for 4 years, picking the top 5 technologies. It creates so much conversation, argumentation. I love it. Trying to pick winners. You know, the reason I like it so much is it forces you to think through what's going to succeed, and you keep on working on this and you just get better and better and better. So we've had a lot of exciting picks so far. We've had 4. Here's our final one. It's called Digital Workplace, or said better, if you want to be customer first, you need to be employee first. So if you want to learn about this or any other of our top 5 emerging technologies, head over to bottomup.io. Everything's there for you to read, digest, sign up, get the masterclass, get the video. You'll thoroughly love that and everything else we've got on offer there. So, the digital workplace. What on earth are we going on about? Well, the anchoring idea for this is that if you want to be customer first, if you want to provide all these great, amazing services and experiences for your customers, we often neglect the people that actually have to build, create, and support, maintain these experiences. And that's the employee. So this puts firmly at the top of the table the importance of the digital workplace. So what do we mean when we say digital workplace? Like, what are we talking about here, Mike? Well, it's the tools, the apps, the dashboards, and all of the services that we use during our day to power all of the experiences that our customers touch. So, this can be workflow management, process management, systems management, application layers, all of the web service connections that might service a product or a service. That's what we're talking about. It's the ability for the team to get together and deliver these products and services, keep them going to maintain the beating heart of a business. So let's cut through all the hype about digital workplace and all of that. And let's get to the 3 big things that really matter that you need to know. Number one, when we talk about employees and working, there is a huge boom in remote and virtual working. Not only, the classic freelance global traveler archetype, but actually, even within large organizations, more and more they're seeing advantages in letting their teams work remotely, perhaps not permanently, but definitely on particular days or on particular projects. Remote working is huge. I think with the 2020 virus context, you're going to see a ton more remote working. So, digital workplace, which we picked way before any mention of a virus, has now doubled down on this one because it's going to be huge. The next one is that business overall is going through an enormous transformation. I mean, a lot of the catchphrase in enterprise circles right now is about digital transformation, which is firmly not only about delivering great customer experiences, but it's also about creating employee experiences. And like the best companies, if you really understand that you've got to nurture your employees with the tools, the apps, and the services that they use, you're only setting yourself up to be able to better deliver customer experiences. And this remote working and digital transformation are 2 things happening on the inside of a business that are radically changing the digital workplace. But if there was to be one thing that is causing those 2 changes, which I've left for last, it is the huge growth we've seen in omni-channel customer experience. Even if your business is not in retail like Amazon or not in search like Google, you're kind of competing with Amazon and Google. Let me explain why. If we use Amazon and Google every day, we become enabled with a sort of a de facto standard that every experience will be as quick, efficient, elegant, and seamless as Amazon and Google. So, what happens is we therefore transfer these expectations into other categories, other use cases, other products and services. Even if they're not retail and search, we still expect them to be as good as an experience as those from Amazon and Google. And this is the big catch. Every business now has to deliver its product and service as good as Amazon does theirs because our customers are using them. And here's the real flip. On the inside, enterprise technology actually has to be that level of consumer grade too. And way too often, we forget the employee. In fact, if you look at the data, it's almost a factor of 1,000 times more investment. This is the one number that counts. 1,000 times more is invested in understanding customer behavior than is spent on understanding employee behavior. It's crazy. But yet the employees are the ones that have to create all the magic for the customers. So there is this huge opportunity with the digital workplace. So let's do the pros and cons here. Okay, without a doubt, if you make a great digital workplace, your employees are going to be more engaged. And what do we know if an employee is more engaged? They'll stay better, they'll do better work, and they will go and they will advocate about working at your company and bring other good people in. I mean, that's an undeniable huge benefit, putting employees first. So, okay, if this is sounding pretty good, Mike, what's the catch? Well, listen, the truth really is the digital workplace, the employee experience is sort of an emerging field because, truth be told, most businesses have neglected the employee experience. And so when we talk about creating great employee experiences, most companies have never mapped the employee user journey. I bet you they've mapped the customer journey, but the employee is something that's been neglected. So if you don't know the journey, it's very hard to digitize. So it means a lot of time and effort has to go into doing things for the first time. And as we all know, doing things for the first time is a bit harder than doing it the second, the third, the fourth. So we're getting like new muscle memory inside of the organization. Enormously challenging, time, effort, resources. You know what? That just equals one thing: money. And we haven't traditionally had a big line item for the employee experience. And that's why, if you want to be customer first, you have to be employee first. Why this digital workplace is so damn hard, because it's often a first time adventure for the enterprise. So there you have it. Digital workplace, number 5 of our top 5 emerging technology trends for 2020. Just to recap, we had number 1 was 5G networks. Number 2 was a prickly one, mass surveillance. Number 3, boundless automation. 4, the collective cloud. I mean, these are some killer ideas here. And the last one, digital workplace. I mean, there's so much here. So as you decompress on some of these topics, head over to bottomup.io, get one of our courses and masterclasses. Make sure you dig into the top 5 emerging technologies. There's plenty of others too, including design thinking. There's all the skills, tips, and tricks you need to be a better innovator. I'm your host, Mike Parsons, here on the Bottom Up podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll see you at bottomup.io.